we go, secret number 2. We need to know the 6 principles. Know the 6 principles of time management. I'm just going to do of time management here. I'm going to go to a different color just so we don't get this thing screwed up here. The 6 principles of time management here. Number 1, first of all, is touch it once. Have you guys ever had those projects that you're involved in a little bit early in the morning around 9 o'clock, and you go, man, I got to get back to that, and then you touch it again around 11, and then, well, I got to get back to this later on. You're kind of over here, and then you do this thing, and you do this thing. You kind of have several things going on all at the same time. Whew, that can be really difficult to try to manage. Touch it once. Whether it's an email, whether it's a project, whether it's a task, something that you need to get done, focus on it, get it done, and move on. If you have several things that are partially done throughout the day, it just makes it really difficult just physically to manage all of that. It makes it very difficult mentally to keep all that stuff in your head. It makes it very difficult emotionally to feel like you're actually getting something done. So we want to make sure that we touch it once, get it done once. If you touch it, take action right then. Beware of emails, okay? They can be the death of good time management here. Number 2, we're doing here, make a list. Now, I'm sure that you might already be a list taker, which is great. If you're wanting to move from here to here, up into management, this is a key skill that you're going to need to begin doing. Begin making lists of your activities. Don't try to carry it around in your head. Get it out of your head and onto paper. I forget who it was that said it. It might have been Ben Franklin. I forget exactly. But Google it if you want to. But the idea here is that the mind is for thinking. The pen is for remembering. So we want to make sure that we get all of this stuff out of our head that we're trying to remember and get it onto a list, our to-dos, the actions, the things that we know that we need to get accomplished. Not only for us, but our workers, the people that are underneath us, need to get accomplished. So begin making lists. Keep a list. You may have 30 things on your list, but the key is to stick to the 6 most important things each day. The 6 most important things each day that we're going to knock out. We'll get into this here in a little bit when we start talking about the daily steering wheel. Next of all, after we have made a list, it's very important, and this is what's so often left out, okay, is that we need to assign time to each action item. To each item. See, this is what so many people don't do. They just make a list, which is great. It's the first step. But if you don't put a time frame of how long it's approximately going to take you to do that activity, then here's what I've done several times. I've got a list of like 15 things I need to get done today. But I don't put a time on them, and so I don't realize that to get those 15 things done or those 3 things done, it's going to take me like 6 hours. Well, I don't have 6 hours today. I don't have 6 free hours to get all of this activity done. So right from the very beginning, I've shot myself in the foot. I've set myself up for failure. And so now I'm running around throughout the day trying to get these 3 things that are going to take 6 hours or 15 things that are going to take 6 hours, trying to get them all done. But I'm frustrated because I have all these other responsibilities too, you know? And so it can make it very, very difficult. So again, we want to make sure that we assign time to each of the items. Plan how much time it's going to take. And then from there, we simply plan the day. Now some people, their schedule, like me, my appointments pretty much run my day. I have days filled with hour-long appointments with clients. Other people, other managers may be in a place where their day is primarily run by task lists, things to get done. They don't have appointments all day, but they have things that they need to get done. But either way, we are going to plan the day. What is it that I'm going to do from 8 to 9 in the morning? What is it that I'm going to do from 9 to 10, from 10 to 10:30, from 11 to 12, and so on? What is the plan going to be? Because so often, again, we just go, I was just talking to my daughter the other day. She's a junior in high school, and I get a big kick out of this. I do it all the time. So, Claire, what do you got going on at school today? And she always goes, I don't know. Remember being there in high school? I don't know what I've got going on. So I'm going, oh man, this must be so exciting for you, Claire, because you're like, it's a complete adventure. You are launching out into the unknown, and you have no idea. It must be so exciting. And of course, she's rolling her eyes, Dad, shut up, type of thing. The idea as managers, we have to have our day planned. We have to have the path. Are there things that will happen that can knock us around a little bit? Yes, there will be things, and we'll talk about that with the daily steering wheel. But we have to have a plan of each day. Not just, well, I'm going to go in and work for 9, 10 hours today and see what I can get done. There's got to be a plan. So, as we're moving on here, we've got number 4, and then, now finally, number 5 here. We plan the day and we prioritize, making sure that we are doing those 6 most important things. Now, I want to toss this in really quick, okay? If you have your list of things to do, I tell you, this will change your life right here. If you have your list of 6 things that you need to do, and you get them completed in the day, I want to encourage you, stop. Go celebrate. Go do a cartwheel. Go someplace. Take a break. Go do something to celebrate that you have finished your to-do list for that day. So many people, if they get their task list done, what they do is just add on to it. They just go, okay, well, I got the 6 things done, so I'm going to add 3 more things. And then they start working on the 3 more things, and they don't get those done. And at the end of the day, what is the net result? Well, I didn't get all my stuff done today. And so we have this emotional downer, even though we completed the original 6. So either 1 or 2 things. Either once you get them done, you're done. Call it a day. Go home, Or stop, celebrate, take a break, do something to recognize I completed my to-dos today. And then I'm going to do a restart. So later on you can feel very confident. Yes, I got everything done that I needed to get done today. Actually, I even got more. Okay? Again, that's a huge emotional boost for you as you move through your day. And then finally, number 6, as we are looking at these 6 principles of time management, is once you have everything on your calendar and you've prioritized, ask yourself questions. Am I the only one that can do this? Or is this something that I can assign to somebody else? Again, there are things in each of our job descriptions that really only we can do, because we only have the knowledge, we only have the skill, we only have the temperament, we only have the thing, okay? We got the gift. However, of all the things that I do each day, chances are pretty good, okay? Chances are pretty good, especially if I am in multiple areas of leadership in my company. Chances are very good that about 50 to 60% of what you do every day can be done by anybody. Okay? Now again, I don't want to offend you, don't want to make you mad at me, okay? Because your feelings are important. But if we're not careful, we'll think that everything we do, only we can do. Boop, worker level. And you'll get trapped. And so you can't delegate. Well, they don't do it fast enough. They don't do it like I do, so I'm going to do it. Just want to be really careful with that. Okay, so let's continue on with our 5 time management secrets here. We are moving next of all to secret number 3. I don't know, these are secrets. Should I be whispering on this? I don't know. They're secrets. But these are secrets. Next of all, we've got to get rid of the got-a-minute meeting. Got-a-minute meeting. Oh, these will kill you. I know what these things are like. Hey, you got a minute? No, I don't. We have to create, especially when we are in this management level, we have to create time blocks when we do have a minute, but other times where we don't have a minute. All right? Now, as we move up this list, we have less availability. I'm going to do this. That looks great. We have less availability. And if you try to, I'm open to everyone. I want to make sure everyone feels important. So anytime they ask me if I can help them, I'm going to drop what I'm doing and go help them because I want them to make sure that they know that I care. You guys, this will really run into problems because as you increase your responsibility, at the same time you decrease your availability. So you have to be very careful where you spend your time because you don't have the time that you used to have because you have more responsibilities. This is probably the biggest and most tragic mistake that most managers make and that even a lot of company cultures adopt is, I'm going to move you to manager. You're going to do all the stuff you were doing and be a manager at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. We have to plan out. You have to organize your time. And as you take on more responsibilities, something has to begin to have less availability. So we have to determine what that's going to be. So get rid of these got-a-minute meetings. One of the things that I did is on my office door, if people saw my office door closed, they knew that I did not have a minute to talk to them. I need my meta time. I need my time to get some things done, so please don't come knock on my door. I would have on the outside of my door a sign-up sheet. From 4 to 5 o'clock this evening, I got a minute. Okay? I got a minute from 4 to 5 o'clock, and there'd be like 15-minute opportunities for them to sign up. And so at 4 o'clock, I'd walk out, grab the chart, and go, okay, who do I have a minute for right now? If nobody's signed up, I'm good to go. If people are going, hey, Clay, got a minute? Go to the chart, put your name on the list. Everybody began to learn that's what you did to get a minute with Clay, as opposed to, as the CEO, just being constantly bombarded with workers saying, hey, Clay, you got a minute? No, I don't, because I'm trying to do CEO stuff. Now, again, it's very possible because I did this. I had time blocks throughout the week where I would actually come out of my office. And I would walk around the work floor. I would go out around the property and I'd say, hey, how are things going, Bob? How are things going, Tom? How are things going, Lloyd? What's up there, Susie? How are we doing? You know? And I would engage and I would talk and I would have the minute then. But I had planned that time. That's the important piece right there. So here we go. Number 4. Right here, number 4, if you want to make decisions quickly, you have to have meetings weekly. Quick decisions need to happen in meetings, in consistent meetings. Okay, quick decisions, weekly meetings. Now, big piece here is, I don't know how it is in your company, but you may find that your workers tend to drift pretty quick. If you don't keep an eye on them, they'll be off really quickly. So, if you are a mid-manager over workers, I strongly encourage you to have this meeting every single day. When I am fulfilling in my companies right now a mid-manager position, meaning that I'm directly over workers and assigning workers things to do, I have this meeting every single day. In fact, I do 2 meetings. I do an early meeting when work starts to just connect with everyone. Hey, what do we got going on? Good deal, fantastic. I hope everybody's doing well. It's about a 5-minute meeting. I don't assign work in that meeting. It's just a gathering time. And then I have a meeting at the end of the day to see, did you do what you were supposed to do? This is a mid-manager's job. This is going on today. Did you do what you were supposed to do today? That's a mid-manager's job. This job here, the senior manager, this is probably more of a weekly meeting with your mid-managers to make sure they're online for the week. And then this meeting between CEO and senior managers, this is probably a monthly or even a quarterly meeting that they may have. But as we get further and further down here toward the worker, there's just more and more of an opportunity for drift. people to get distracted and start going off in other directions. So this meeting needs to happen often because this is where quick decisions need to be made. Okay?